our nations, they don't sleep. They're watching our every move. Iran, Russia, China, North Korea, ISIS, Al-Qaeda. They may be watching this right now. Our military should not be mistaken for a cable news gabfest show. We don't care what you look like. We don't care who you voted for, who you worship, what you worship, who you love. It doesn't matter if your dad left you millions when he died or if you knew who your father was. We have been honed into a machine of lethal moving parts that you would be wise to avoid if you know what's good for you. We will not be intimidated. We will not back down. We've seen war. We don't want war. But if you want war with the United States of America, there's one thing I can promise you, so help me God. Someone else will raise your sons and daughters.
I want to make it clear that the views expressed by our hosts are not considered the official stance of MBR Views. Remember, this is all about having fun and enjoying the ride.
Find us on the web at mbradio.us.
Welcome back, everybody. This is Season with Battle Rhythm Podcast, and guess who I have back today that we had last week on Wednesday? It is the one, the only Department of Alabama current State Commander, Eric Dudash. How you doing, sir?
Caesar, how's it going? Long time no see.
I know, right? I'm living the dream one time at a time, but we're here.
Right. It sounds
So
like
how
a
you
meeting
doing?
after meeting.
Well, dude, it was a busy day today. Busy day. I got up. I woke up at 2:30 in the morning. I didn't get up till 3:30. I was still late. Ended up I had to go in a suit today.
A suit.
Yeah, I ended up having to go in a suit today, and then came back and I had 2 meetings back to back, and then I had to do this. I was like, I seriously almost thought about I'm overbooking myself, but it's only Tuesday. I was like, the good thing is I only work 4 tens, and hopefully by the end of Thursday I'll be like, I am out for a 4-day weekend, so I have 96 hour liberty.
Good for you.
Yeah.
I love it. Liberty.
You know, right? You know what I'm talking about? So hey, welcome back to the show. Today is what day is today? The 27th of August. Man, I can't believe, August is already gone.
It's gone. It's gone. This whole year is going so fast. They say it gets faster when you get older, and I don't know how much faster it can get, dude.
Well, if it's anywhere near as fast as me being around, yeah, it's going to go pretty fast. So
yeah, it's going fast. It is this year. I mean, it's hard to believe. Of course, we're all excited. I don't know about you guys, but college football starts. So everybody's excited about that.
Well, we'll talk a little bit of college football here in a minute. I mean, we got plenty of time. We got some time. We got some stuff going on, and we'll see how that goes. But let's I was gonna say let's say I had a big Grizz, but he's gone. He said I'll start you, but I'm gonna go start cooking dinner because back in the West Coast right now it's only 6:05, so it's that dinner time right now for him. So I was like, you know what, I'll let it pass for today.
That's right. I'll
let it pass for today.
Yeah.
So let's get this started. Yeah. So we're gonna come back with our interview of the week. We'll be right good. Hang on right in a second.
Interview of the week sponsored by LTD Tactical.
Like I mentioned, I have Eric Dudash, who is the current state commander for the Department of Alabama for the VFW. He was a part of our show last week for our Wednesday show, which is 2 Idiots and a Mic. And we also had another musical guest last week, and that was actually pretty packed show for about an hour and 15-20 minutes, so it was pretty cool. But the reason why I wanted to bring Eric back is because when I first met the commander at the national convention in Louisville, Kentucky, we got to talking, and little small talk here and there. So what do you do? It's like, I dabble. I'm like, dabbling in what? He's like, I'm retired Air Force, and he's like, I'm basically I'm a fisherman. I was like, fisherman like Bubba Gump fisherman, or are you like? No. He's like kayak fisherman. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, is that right? So, Eric, what part of organizations do you belong to that actually have you in the water 24/7?
Man, I tell you, I wish I could get on the water 24/7. I absolutely love it. It's like my water therapy, dude. But right now I fish with the Bassmasters, the kayak series. You might have seen that on some local TV shows around the country. But so I get the opportunity to travel. I wish I could make all the events, but we all know schedules get tight. But
Right,
Harbin Automotive, they're one of my big sponsors. Epic Baits is another big sponsor. They're located actually in Texas. Knighton Industries, UXO, Unlimited, or I'm sorry, Ultimate Experience Outdoors helps fund the cause, and they're a group of veterans helping veterans that give veterans the opportunity to have outdoor experiences for therapy, whether it be hunting, fishing, or just sitting out in the woods not doing nothing. So yeah, they keep me on the water, they keep me moving, they keep me going forward. And I've always fished, like most that have fished. I started at a very early age,
right,
but after 30 years in the military, work got in the way. We stayed pretty busy over the last 30 years. So being able to retire and say this has always been a dream that I've had is to become a professional bass fisherman,
right.
and then do it out of a kayak. So I sold my boat even, and I went to the
Oh
kayak
man,
world. There's something about the kayak where you can get into places where other people haven't been, or and you come to realize there's a lot of veterans and first responders that actually kayak fish. I
right.
don't know why that's so. There's a trend there that's going on that I haven't figured out why it's so. But I can tell you I think it's the peace. I think it's pure therapy in my
Right.
eyes. So yeah, that's what got me going, dude. So I fished some local tournaments, and then I said I think I need to move up a little bit. And then all of a sudden the Bassmasters happens, and just absolutely honored to help promote the sport that's actually helped me so much. So yeah,
Right.
dude.
So what I always ask every time I have somebody that comes on from the VFW, I ask them this specific question as to, I mean, now you're at the state level, you're the state commander, and obviously you have had to have gone through, all the previous levels. You got your post, you got your
Hmm.
district, and now on
Hmm.
to that. So, how long? First of all, when did you retire from the Air Force?
Yeah, so I retired in 2019, the beginning of 2019.
Oh,
So
you're still a baby. You're still a toddler then.
I'm still just a baby, just 100%. But no, yeah. So going through those chairs, I was able to, to be elected into those positions. People think I was doing good. You know what happens when you do good? They want more out of you. So they
Well,
said,
you do have a face for radio, so you're fine.
I do have a face for radio. Thank you for pointing that out. That's one of my favorite phrases, dude. Uh, I got a face for radio.
Right.
Phantom's got the face for photography, but I got the face for radio, dude. But here, wait, let me fix it up. Okay, now
Uh,
I got a face for TV. So
every time I saw you, either had a hat on or you did.
yeah,
So
yeah.
we're missing some props here.
You're right. Yeah, no. So yeah, going through the chairs, and we call it going through the chairs, like you said. You start at the post level and you start at your local communities, which I absolutely love because Caesar as well as
Yep.
I did that when we had the uniform on, we fought for our brothers and sisters. That was number one. Let's get
Hmm.
everybody home right safely. Uh, we fought for our country, of course, but we fought for our communities that we lived in. A lot
Right.
of people forget about that, and we take our uniform off, and sometimes people just want to hang everything up and just stop doing everything.
Exactly.
And my dad, God rest his soul, he used to always tell me, "Don't just be a part of something, do something while you're a part of something," and that has always stuck with me. So when I got to that post level, I said, "Let me learn." About my community, and I'm not
Hmm.
originally from this part of the country, as far as this, where I'm living now. So it was all new community. I wasn't born and raised here, but I'll tell you, when you help your community strive to get better,
Right.
you get lifelong, well, I say lifelong, yeah, forever friends in your community, and you're not the one complaining about the community. You're the one helping maybe make it a little bit better. So of course, then it goes to the district, and then the state is
Right.
a whole new animal that I'm learning more and more about each day. You think
You think
think
you
you
got
got
to
it all
figure it out?
figured out. Yeah.
It's not working out real well.
Yeah, uh, but we all know this. You should learn something new every day. If not, you're pretty much starting to dig your grave. So no matter how old you are, you're constantly learning. I don't care what it is each day. You should be learning something. But no, I'm enjoying it. It is all about helping veterans from the past, current, of course, and then the veterans that are yet to have served. I
Right.
mean, what we're doing in the VFW is making huge strides. Uh, everybody has this stereotype that we're just smoky old bar. And it is hard to break that with people, to make them realize, in Alabama, not even one, shoot, I'd try to say 10% have them. The 90% we do not have canteens, and we don't have the smoky old bars. Not to say there's nothing wrong with a cold beer. I love a
Yep.
cold beer. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, and but I'll
That was
tell
that
you,
that was like you said, the stereotype that before, like you walk in, it was just this cloud of smoke
yeah,
that you would just walk in, you're like, you
that's
walk out, it's
right.
like you'd be like Zoolander's like, I think I got the black lung paw. You
That's
know,
right. That's right. Yeah.
it doesn't even
And
work that way anymore. In a lot of these, like you said, that do not have the canteen. And for those of you that don't know what the canteen is, it's basically a bar.
mhm,
Because it's the business side of the VFW post, and that's basically how we raise money. A lot of the money that we raise is for for those good things that we do for other veterans, like
that's right. That's right.
relief fund,
Yeah.
things like that. So that's where we make the money. Uh,
Right.
but
Yeah.
but for those posts that don't have a canteen, what that does is that they actually um, have are much more family oriented
Hmm.
in a way. Again, every post is family oriented, but I think those gear more up to having more things like that, right?
I
And
agree.
every state is different, whether about what their smoking policy is on buildings. So
That's right.
every post has that choice of to make it. They take it up to membership whether or not they want to be a smoke free post, and they have an outside area to smoke. So it all depends on what they
Yeah.
want to do. So
That's right. That's
you know
right.
what I mean?
And I don't know about you, Caesar, but when I first started in the VFW, I actually joined just for the comradeship. That's what I was seeking when I first got out. Brothers and sisters that you could talk to. We have our own clique for some reason. Uh, but then I started finding out about all the programs that we support, whether it be youth scholarships, whether it be
Hmm.
recognizing teachers, whether it be public servant awards and first responders, and then the next thing I find out is all the legislation that we're putting through to help make the lives of active duty, reserve guard,
Right.
and veteran lives better, and their families. And that has what has sold me to continue to grow in this organization. We do way more than the smoky old bar. You know what I mean? We do
Yeah.
way more than that. And the more you get to realize this, the more that you want to be actively involved and join. And every voice counts, especially when you're going to Washington D.C. and you're explaining to your representatives that we are voting members.
Right.
And like it or not, they work for us, and sometimes it gets mixed up. But when you just kindly remind them, tactfully, that hey, we're putting you in this seat, but you need to listen and answer the tough questions. But as we all know, you're only as good as what you know. So our
Yeah.
jobs is to let them know. And let's be honest, Caesar. I mean, going back, man, I'm doing history lessons,
Oh my
and then I
gosh, here we
might
go.
even throw some stats in here, but
Oh
my
no, no, no,
stats might
no.
be a little off, but
Actually, you know what? Let's do this. You're gonna
okay.
start throwing stats. Let's take
Yeah.
our first break. We're
Good.
gonna come back and
Good.
we're gonna do this because I know you're long winded sometimes, and I
I
love you
am.
for it. I
I
love you for
am.
it. So we're gonna stay on track today because when you put two people that are actually have the face for radio together, it goes sideways. So
That's right.
So we're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna come back. You guys are gonna listen to some good music, and it's gonna be pretty cool. So we're gonna come back and we're gonna talk to again the current state commander for the Department of Alabama for the VFW, Eric Dudash. So stay tuned. We'll be right back. And anything you want to listen to?
Dude, you played some good tunes last week.
I got a new one for you.
Okay.
So actually, no, I'm going to save that for a little bit later because I think right now we're going to keep it upbeat. So I don't think you played this one last week. So here we go. All right. We'll be back at this season with the Battle Rhythm Podcast on Military Broadcast Radio.
Too big, wanting to grow up way too quick, searching for spotlights since I was 6. Hello, my name is Dream Too Big. Hello, my name is way too loud. My voice can cut right through the crowd. Got made fun of for it, but who's laughing now? Hello, my name is way too loud. I know I've had my moments and I've had heartaches. God is making miracles out of my mistakes. You can say I won't make it, and I can tell you that I don't really care. 'Cause hello, my name is going somewhere. Far. Lost all my words in a mason jar. Locked eyes with a stranger at the end of the bar. Hello, my name is You'll Go Far. Well, hello, my name is One More Try. I put too much stock in bad advice. 'Cause anything worth leaving is worth loving twice. You're never gonna leave the ground. You can tell us all about it when you come back around. Hello, my name is Get Knocked Down. Hello, my name is Stand Back Up. Keep moving even when it gets rough. I've given so much, but I ain't giving up. Hello, my name is Stand Back Up. I know I've had my moments and I've had heartaches. God is
opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of any entities they represent.
Find us on the web at mbradio.us.
Welcome back to the Battle Rhythm Podcast on Military Broadcast Radio. That was Lori Rose Thayer. I don't know if you've heard it before.
I hadn't.
Did you see OJ's Bronco?
You know what's funny is me and my wife were just watching a show with another Bronco in it. We're like, that is so cool to have a Bronco, and then this video pops up. Crazy, dude.
Hey,
crazy.
What is that? What is that rule? The secret? Like you vision it or you talk about it and then you throw it out in the universe and it comes right back.
It was like an hour ago. We were just talking about a show that's on TV, and this the sheriff gets in this old Bronco or something, and I'm just like, oh my god. Then I saw that, and then I'm looking. I thought I saw Tennessee plates on it, so you know.
She is a natural. Yeah, she's a natural.
Yeah. I saw Tennessee plates on it.
For the record, that is not OJ's Bronco. Just we got it out there. Just make sure.
It's probably worth a lot of money if it was. I don't know.
Right? I saw one actually one time. It actually was like the same model and everything. The license plate said not OJ.
That is hilarious. Hilarious.
Not OJ.
Yeah.
But hey, we're back. This season with the Battle Rhythm Podcast. I have the current VFW State Commander for the Department of Alabama, Eric Dudash. And I totally forgot to go bring something. I will for the next break. I'll make sure to actually go get it. So I do have something to show you.
Okay.
But I'll do that for the next break. So
cool.
We were talking about your one of the organizations you're part of, the Bassmasters. Because I mean, you were talking. You're a professional fisherman.
Yeah. Amongst a whole bunch of good fishermen, I say that. Yeah. It's fun. It's fun, but it is work. Don't kid yourself. There's a lot of work to it. I wish it was just, I wish I could say I'm a professional catcher. But fishing's a little different. You're fishing. It doesn't always work out that way. Of course, being retired from the military, after 30 years, my pension's all right. And then I have good support from my wife. Or she gives me a hard time, one or the other. But I have both, so I guess I could say.
Eric, I need you to do me a favor. I need you to do a shout out for me.
Yeah, you got it.
Do you know who's listening to us right now? He's actually showing his kids.
What?
Jimmy Quattriacchi from Aspen Dental.
Yeah, awesome.
He is listening to us right now.
Hey,
I want you to show some love and throw him some a shout out, because the dude is always supporting the VFW, always supporting my show, and he's a very good friend of mine. He and I had a couple of I think we went out to dinner one night over at the convention, and I brought him over to you at the hospitality room. So that's where you met him.
And the dude is like on point. I mean, with Aspen Dental. I mean, he reached out to me probably within days of being back home.
Right.
And he is already helping out veterans in the state of Alabama by sponsoring our first ever VFW bass tournament in Alabama.
For the state, correct?
For the whole entire state. Of course, anybody from out of state is able to join. It's November 2nd, but Aspen Dental is ensuring that all the fishermen are taken care of, as well as supporting, the veterans within the state. Not only that, we got to talking, and I, was able to get Florida on board to talk with him, because he wants to help, veterans in the Florida area. The dude's amazing.
I love that guy, man. He the first time I met him, it was actually back in I want to say May at the Texas Speedway, because he put on a couple of rooms for us, and dude, I interviewed him. That was the first time I did, and he's like, I don't know, man. I don't know if I can say. He's like, look, you're not obligated to do anything. I am just highlighting the things that that you are doing and who brought it up for us. And the VFW, I am in no way or the show is in no way officiated and or ran by the VFW.
Right.
I am a member that has his own podcast. I am highlighting the things that I'm involved in and things like that. And he's like, oh, okay, so that's cool. And he went back to his legal team, and I was like, look, if you want to make sure that it's all good, I will not post anything until you tell me that it's good. He says, oh yeah, they said it was great. I sent them the little piece of everything. And he's like, oh yeah, that's great. That's actually they said that was great. I did a good job. I was like, and you get a bonus and you get a raise. So you're welcome.
There you go. No, he is on point. It's been, you could feel it even the emails he sends out that he is truly passionate about what he does and how he helps all around the country. And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, he lives up north somewhere.
He lives in Chicago.
Chicago. I was gonna say Chicago, but he just meeting him for that little short time when we were all up there in at National in Louisville, Kentucky. You can just tell like the dude is passionate, man. I love it. I love it when we get guys like that.
And the fact that he wants to help, and then that's all he's like, hey, Caesar, he reached out to me after the convention. He's like, hey, do you know anybody here? I was like, of course I know somebody there. Like, I got you. And then so I sent him in, and he was able to like you when he reached out to you for Florida and everything.
Yeah.
And he was he's just so appreciative, in the fact that he wasn't a member of the military himself, but he is so passionate about veterans and about like the work that he does.
Yeah.
It is I can't even describe just how appreciative I am of him.
Right.
That he has that much passion for for us and for our cause and everything. So
I always you meet people like that, and there's two things I usually say, and there's no doubt he bleeds red, white, and blue.
Oh,
and
yeah.
The second thing I always say is he is definitely the American that's worth fighting for. I mean, that's the kind of man that guy is, and
he's
the
kind of person that he would take his shirt off your back, his own back, and give it to you, because he's like, you know what, you're cold, I'm not, you're fine. I was like, this dude is skin and bones.
Right. Yeah.
He's not fluffed out like us.
No, he's not retired yet. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
I'm semi-retired.
Yeah, he's still young and got a lot of good stuff in him. You know what I mean? He's ready to rock and roll. So, I'm glad you brought him over. But that's how it is. You know what I mean?
It's all networking, man. That's all it is. And he's good people to hang out with. I was like, come on, man. He's like, what are you gonna do after we went to dinner? He's like, what are you gonna do? He's like, I'm just gonna go back to my room and do it. It's like, nah, man, come on. Oh, I got you. Let's go
roll
do this.
To Alabama.
Exactly. I was like, you will be happy about this. You know what I mean? Like, it was like, just trust me. Let's go. And he's like, okay, all right, I got you. And then he was like, all right, well, I'm still gonna go back because I got to prep for tomorrow because I'm leaving tomorrow. I was like, come on, man. Like, you're fine. You're good. But
hey,
Jimmy,
that's good that he's on the line. That is awesome.
Jimmy, we miss you, and we'll see him. I think we'll see him at the Selling Convention or conference.
Good, Nashville.
Don't quote me. Yeah, don't quote me.
I hope he's there. I
I mean, it'll be whom to do because there's 14 states right there.
Yeah, it is. But just to see him, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, I appreciate all he's doing. You know what I mean? Like I said, with Aspen Dental and just his passion. It's what it's about. It kind of gives me energy. It gives you energy. You surround yourself by people like that. It helps motivate.
Exactly.
Exactly. So, but I also got to say this, man. You're always playing good music, dude.
All these artists that we play on here, they're all veterans.
I was going to ask you if she was a veteran.
She is not. She's more of a patriot, but for the most part, they're all veterans. But
I got you. Because last week, man, you had me in tears. You guys, you two idiots, right? Is that what you guys are calling yourselves?
Two idiots in a mic.
I mean, normally I'd say that, and people are like, I can't believe Eric, you just called them two idiots. But no, that's literally
that's the name of the show. He's fine. He's fine.
But
we were gonna call it something else, but we wanted the kids to actually listen to it because we do a lot of dad jokes.
Got you. I understand.
If you want to tune in, that's tomorrow night. That's going to be at 6 o'clock.
6
so
o'clock.
7 o'clock. 7 o'clock your time, I think. 7 o'clock your time.
No, I'm still on Central. I'm on Central time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's 6 o'clock.
Yeah, no, but we I just had to comment on that. You guys were rocking out on that music last week, and man, you had me in tears, man. Both of the guys that came on. Well, you had one video. And then it was what Scott was on, right?
Scott. Yep.
Scotty with an I. Is that what it was?
Scotty with an I, yeah.
Or was
Scott
it with a Y?
Frazier.
Yeah,
Scott
yeah,
Frazier.
yeah. Man, he was great. And when you hear veterans, talking about their experiences in song, dude, does that not bring back some memories? I don't care who's singing it. You can
Exactly.
actually feel it, see it. Yeah.
Because they're putting down their feelings, you know what I mean? Like how they felt at that particular moment or that particular situation. And, I think a lot of us don't really realize the power of, I had a therapist tell me one time, he's like, hey, why don't you start doing a journal?
Right.
And with that journal, you'll be able to kind of see your progress of where you were at mentally that day. And then you'll look back a year later and see how much progress or regression you've had.
Yeah.
So, people don't realize how much that is. So,
Right.
but, so we're going to take another break. And then when we come back, I'm going to bring what I told you I was going to bring, and I'm going to show you. So, but just because you asked for it, I'm going to play something. So it's about a 4-minute video. So stay tuned. So you're listening to the Battle Rhythm Podcast. I am here with my guest this week, Eric Dudash, the current VFW State Commander for the Department of Alabama. And stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Listening to my heartbeat pound as daylight fades away. A haunting old familiar sound. The guns go silent and I pray. I'm reading all your letters. I can't get you off my mind. Smoke the day's last cigarette. Thankful I'm alive. Mine's not to wonder why. It's just to do or die. Mine's not to wonder why. It's just to do or die. Helmet for my pillow. I rest on broken glass. Only heaven knows how long can this all last. I lived another day, but trouble's all around. The guns have fallen silent tonight, but the silence is so loud. Mine's not to wonder why. It's just to do or die. Mine's not to wonder why. It's just to do or die. I look up at the stars. Through smoke I see the moon. And I wonder where you are at home tonight. If you can see it too. Another burning city lights the fires in the night. I lie to myself and say that I'm not afraid to die. This war is taking me so far from you. And if we meet again, I'll hold you close and never let you go. But until then, mine's not to wonder why. It's just to do or die. Mine's not to wonder why. It's just to do or die. Mine's not to wonder why. It's just to do or die.
Opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of any entities they represent.
Find us on the web at mbradio.us.
Welcome back to the Battle Rhythm Podcast. This is Caesar with the Battle Rhythm Podcast on Military Broadcast Radio. And I'm going to challenge you. I'm about to challenge you.
Yeah. Challenge. Oh my God, you win. Wait a second. You don't win. If I can just get up, like.
No, sir. You're supposed to have it in your pocket.
I owe you. I don't have it in my pocket.
That's right.
No, you win. You got mine, and I don't even have mine out.
Sir, that's supposed to be your pocket 100% of the time.
It's literally downstairs through the woods to grandmother's house we go. I could have gone and got it. You know what I mean?
I got him.
You got me. I owe. And I love telling people about the military challenge coin. I love telling them about it.
Yeah. So this is the let me see if I can see it. This is the state commander. Let me see.
There you go.
Eric Dudash, department commander for the state of Alabama. He's a retired chief.
Yeah. On the other side is the real state commander.
Right. Chief E9 from the Air Force.
That's right.
And that's the outline of the state of Alabama. But this is the cool thing about this coin. 1 second. That is his service dog, Phantom.
That's right. That's right.
So how did you come about in actually doing that design?
Yeah, dude. I guess you know, when I got Phantom, he actually is the one that helped me get going again, right? In the VFW, in life, but in the VFW. And the big joke has always been that people like, hey, Phantom, but they don't know. I'm like Phantom's dad. They don't even know my name's Eric. You know what I mean? That's the big joke. So now the big joke is Phantom's really the commander, and all I am is the chauffeur and the chef, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it would feel wrong to not have Phantom on there, but I know that that is the state of Alabama service project is to help out other veterans with service dogs from Warrior Freedom Service Dogs. Is where Phantom comes from.
Is that the organization that the state actually is associated with?
It's not associated with it.
Well, sorry, that they kind of sponsor, that they kind of.
What we're doing is we're helping raise funds for Warrior Freedom Service Dogs because, like many Warrior Freedom Service Dogs, is a nonprofit, and they provide about 12 dogs a year to combat wounded veterans, and they do this at no cost to the veteran. So, but as we all know, dogs, service dog industries, I mean, can range from, I've heard everything from $28,000 to $30,000 depending on the dog. So that's a lot of money, as well as providing everything that's needed to help that veteran with this dog, whether it be dog bowls, whether it be kennels, whether it be you name it, all the things that go along with it. So yeah,
the reason I'm asking that is because the Department of Texas, they partnered up with the U.S. Service Dogs.
That's
so
awesome.
It's a different organization. So that's what I was asking you if the organization that you, I believe you're actually a board member as well, right?
Yeah, I'm just advisor. I'm on the board, but I'm just an advisor on the military side. Like we were talking about earlier. They're mainly civilians, and amazing story how they started, and I don't want to go too far into it, but they started just because they had a heart the individual that started it raised bird dogs. He had an extra bird dog. He also
what's the organization called again?
Warrior Freedom Service Dogs. Um, and yeah, I might as well just share it while you're pulling it up. But
Yep.
this individual, his name's Adam Keith, and he owns some Ace Hardwares, and he had a veteran come back from Afghanistan, just not the same. We all understand. And he said, I have an extra bird dog that no one bought. Let's see if maybe that bird dog will help you with some of your challenges that you face every day. After Adam saw that, he quit the bird dog industry and turned everything over into service dog industry. Gave up all of that. And so this guy bleeds red, white, and blue, like we talked about earlier. And and is helping veterans left and right. I mean, so yeah, no, dude, it's amazing. It is absolutely amazing. What he's doing.
So I pulled up the website right now. I'm sharing it with
Yeah.
everyone there.
Yeah.
Showing the board of directors. So
There
there's
you go.
Alicia Keith. He is the president and co-founder and
Yeah.
the board member.
He helped start
Brad
it
Davis.
up. Mm-hmm.
Brad Davis is another member there. Alan Doak. And look at that. Look at that
That's
ugly
it.
guy.
That's it.
And as you can see, that's Phantom. I have had the pleasure of meeting both. You look like a totally different person with a beard, dude.
Hey, that's my warrior look.
Oh, your
That's
wounded warrior look.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah, I'm broke. Trust me. Aren't we all? I'm broke.
But okay, so I need to ask you,
Yeah.
and you've shared it with me, but for the sake of everyone else, and I'll have this website here.
Yeah.
I'll share with everybody. So, for the sake of this, it's like I want people to know where you were at before you actually got Phantom and where he got you to.
Yeah. No, that's a good, that's a good question, brother. Yeah, and I think a part of therapy for anybody is being open and not letting pride get in the way. So I'm gonna be open with everybody, and if it resonates to you, you can shake your head yes or no or what have you. But after 30 years, my mind was like most veterans, we operated 110 miles an hour, dude. I mean, we do, and you're always thinking of the next move. And I spent, a lot of time in JSOC world, from different commands, SOCOM, and when when I retired, I thought living out here. I live out in North Alabama. We got land. It's
Right.
peaceful. It's quiet. In a cabin. I thought that was the best thing for me, dude. The uninvited guests got into my head like bad. I mean, it's started making me believe that I live my best off. Started making me think that I live my best life, and I started thinking about suicide. Started getting depressed. Um, uh, sorry. It just got food. That's all.
I thought we were gonna start choking up, dude. We can't have that right now. That's
so. And then I was at the VA, and the VA is doing their job, right? I'm not dogging the VA one bit. So they had me up to about 30 some pills, and I swear I was drooling.
How detached were you when you were on these pills?
After you take so many of those pills, they give you one pill, and then you got to take another pill because they're giving you this pill. Veterans will understand that theory.
How detached were you when you were taking these pills?
Are you on mute, Caesar? Or am I on mute?
I think you're on mute. You are on mute.
Okay, good deal. Good deal.
Can you hear me now?
So what basically had happened was, I just got to a point where I told the doc, I said, look, I ain't taking no more pills. We're going to have to figure something out. So he actually recommended a service dog, which I did not believe in service dogs. I didn't believe there was one dog that's going to help out with someone with the night terrors or depression or taking medicine to, I have TBI, brain injury. And they said, no, they can help you. And lo and behold, there's an organization literally about 40 miles from my house, and the VA actually helped me find them. Applied, and they go through, your records, your health records, making sure you're getting seen by professionals, And Phantom, literally, I say he changed my life, but he saved my life. There's no doubt about it. Reduced my medicine 63%. You know, you can't get rid of everything, but you can lessen the amount that you have to take. He reminds me to take my medicine in the morning and the evening. He wakes me up from my night terrors because your breath changes about 30 minutes prior. You do things in your sleep you don't realize that are happening chemically. He can turn the lights on with his nose to wake me up. He can't turn the lights back off again, and I got to figure out how to train him how to do that. But anyway, no,
Is he
so
he's
this
a German Shepherd?
organization, they provide everything. It took us about 2 years to fully graduate. You know, I'm being open with you. He's not he's a true service dog. Unfortunately, I've seen some out there that are hurting the service dog industry. Well, we call them ASDs, Amazon service dogs, because they just buy a vest off of Amazon. But this organization is top notch. It's gold medal standard. If you want to, I'm thinking of the Olympics right now, right? When you get dogs that work off a scent with tactile pressure, with reminding you to take medicines, top notch, and do this at no cost to the veteran, which it should never cost anything to the veteran. Yeah, it's amazing. Changed my life. Changed my life for sure.
Can you hear me now? Sure. Can you hear me?
And I cannot hear you, Caesar, okay. Unfortunately.
Okay, so what we're going to do,
hear me, so
we're going to take a break, log out, check your phone. Okay, so sorry, we're doing sign language because you can't hear me.
Can you hear me, Eric?
I can hear you, Chris.
Okay, he's saying he's going to go to a break. He's asking you to log out and log back in while he plays a song.
Okay, cool.
All right. We listen to the Military Broadcast Radio, and this is the Battle Rhythm Podcast. We'll be back in a few minutes while we work on some technical difficulties. So appreciate you guys being there for us. So we'll be right back. You can hear me now?
I can hear you, brother. Can you hear me?
Awesome. We're going to go on a break still. So guess what? I'm going to play another one just for you because I actually, this is one of my favorite songs we play on here. If I could just find it, because I don't know where it went. Oh my gosh. I usually have it all like laid out and it's not even there right now. I'm a little, oh, there it is. All right, we'll be back. Again, this is the Battle Rhythm Podcast.
It's the guts and it's the glory. 100 stripes, 100 stories. It's the Pledge of Allegiance on the 4th of July. It's them handwritten letters from home. It's them sleepless nights alone. It's his newborn baby he left with his wife. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, lay down, hear the line. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, for these stars and stripes, hey. From the fields of Indiana to the swamps of Louisiana, to the golden coast of California, Uncle Sam's the only family he's got. His purple heartbeat won't stop, and his 18th birthday was the day he was born. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, lay down, hear the light. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, for these stars and stripes. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, stand on the front line. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, pay the ultimate price. Oh. He was a man of the house when he was born. His family is proud marching line, marching line. Hey. Hey.
Opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of any entities they represent.
Find us on the web at mbradio.us.
Welcome back to the Battle Rhythm Podcast. I am Caesar, and that is Eric Dudash, the current VFW commander for the Department of Alabama. And we've been talking about a bunch of nothing. So I think we're back to being a Seinfeld show.
Hey, again, another great video. You guys rock, man. I'm telling you.
That has by far taken over on my favorites over Lee Greenwood.
What?
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
Well, I tell you, it's a good song. I
It's a
get
great
it.
song.
I get it. But Lee Greenwood, you always just got to stand up and like light your lighter when he plays.
Yeah, I'm just so over that song.
Yeah,
I am.
yeah. He actually just played out here in Fort Payne, Alabama, just last year, and didn't realize he used to raise German Shepherds, so he got a chance to meet Phantom and came over. We got a picture together, and I told this dude, I said, man, whenever his song plays, and the guy's like 82, but he's like more fit than I ever was. I think the dude is like jacked, man. But at 82, still rocking it. But man, you guys are playing good tunes, dude.
I mean, we try. It's one of those things. But that he's out there. You know what I mean?
That's
Like I wish I could
Coffee?
have him.
Is that
Yeah. It's not John Coffey from the Green Mile.
Right. Yeah. You all right, boss? You
Yeah.
all right? Yeah.
I'll
Yeah.
go with some
Hey,
cornbread bras.
since we're talking about nothing, whenever someone says kidney stones, that's all I think about is the Green Mile. When Tom Hanks had kidney stones. I don't know, since we're talking wild stuff. But anyway.
It
Yeah.
wasn't kidney stones, it was prostate stuff.
I thought it was kidney stones.
No,
was having
man, he
kidney
had
stones.
problems with his prostate.
Well, then now I'll never be able to say that no more. You just
That's right.
ruined my whole thought process.
I just ruined your childhood.
I know now. Yeah, cancel
So
Christmas.
you want to know a crazy thing about that correlation between that movie? So you remember the two little kids, the one that was actually like
Yes.
in the movie?
Yes.
One was I think a young boy.
Uh-huh.
That I think it was his eye or something, and then in real life, they're brother sister.
Oh wow.
And I actually his name was Scotty or Scott. I can't remember their last name right now, but they used to go to the church I used to go to in California, in not Menifee. It was it'll come back to me.
In
Anyway,
San Diego, right? You're from
No,
San
it
Diego?
was in San Diego area. It was just
Yeah.
north in the Temecula area. And yeah, they were brother and sister. The mom would actually have all two of them, and actually there were three siblings. He's the youngest, and then his sister, it was the middle sister, was the older. But yeah, they were in that. He actually was also in that movie, not Babies Day Out, but like Boss Baby or Boss Kids.
Oh, I don't think I've seen that one.
Yeah, he was one of the voices on it. But yeah, he was a child actor. Now they're not so much. They're not involved in the industry at all.
Right.
But it was a cool little anecdote that they actually were in that movie, and they're like, yeah, the guy that actually played the bad guy in that movie, Sam Rockwell, I think is his name.
Yeah.
Great. They're like, man, he was the nicest guy ever. He was super cool. He would hang out with us and play with us. And so they had nothing but good things to talk about that guy. And he actually some of his other movies that he came out in was actually they were pretty good. He was actually he became a very good actor. So
yeah, it's crazy how
small world.
Yeah. I mean, it is a small world, and then you think of all these mean actors that you see on TV are probably the nicest ones, and the nicest ones are probably the meanest ones. Whatever. But
yeah,
you know
the ones that play the nice guy on TV, they're like, they're probably the worst.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, but now you just ruined my whole Green Mile kidney stone experience. So
Oh, you're welcome. I'm here to help.
I know you are.
That's what my buddy Matt tells me. He's like, oh, dude, like, what are you doing? He's like, I'm here to help. He's got that deep voice. I was like,
Right.
I had to be. He had to be Air Force at that. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
good. He's probably the smart one. Yep,
Yeah.
he's probably the smart one. I'm just gonna say that. Yeah, but
Yeah. Well,
there's nothing but love. Nothing but love.
I'll have to have him come to the show one time because I want him to tell the viewers his best $700 spent.
Huh. I
Yeah.
like it now. I'm gonna listen.
I'm gonna have
Don't
him.
tell me no more.
Nope, that's it. I'm just telling you, like, okay, I want you to tell the story of the best $700 you ever spent.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That'd
That's
be cool, dude.
dude. It's like, oh my god, are you serious? So
Yeah.
we're actually gonna have it for another time. So it'll be good because he's got some stories, dude. And this dude has been all over the world. Yeah, the funniest dude I've ever met. And the crazy thing is he's an engineer, so
Wow.
doesn't have that engineer trait.
Right.
He's much more how do I put it?
He's a wild engineer.
He's a functioning member of society in a way that he's like, "Are you really an engineer?" And he's like, you know what I mean? Like, because engineers are not, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
they're super messy for one. Because I mean I know because I have my son's an electrical engineer,
Oh wow.
and so he's like, they're super messy, but they're super smart.
Right.
Not
Right.
taking anything away from it, just like you're like, man, like you live in such a slob times, like especially for someone that's military that
Yeah.
is like so used to actually having things ordered and like being clean and everything. This like go into it, it'll drive you crazy. You're like,
He,
ah.
he's a wild engineer.
Yeah,
Wild
he's a
engineer.
unicorn. He's
He's a
definitely a
unicorn. I
unicorn.
like that. He's a
He's
unicorn.
he's definitely a unicorn because you're not gonna
Yeah.
find those type of people very
That
very
is
often. So.
funny. That is funny.
But yeah,
Yeah.
he's good. So tell me again, what date is your fishing tournament in the state of Alabama and where it's going to be held? Because
Yeah.
I'm going to point people out to the your department's website, and you should have all the information in that department website, right?
We don't yet. We just got the flyer out. Ooh, I'll check on it. I'll make sure it's up. So when you do
Well, I
look,
need you to send it to me so I
I
can actually
will.
put it on there, and I will
I
make an
will.
announcement,
I
especially if
will.
people are in that area, because I know a lot of people from the first of the 173rd TF
Yeah,
War Club.
that's right. Yeah. So it's
Oh yeah,
November.
this is the other thing I was gonna show you.
Uh-huh.
So TF War Club is the first of the 173rd, and I think your adjutant,
Lee Lambert.
yep. I don't know if he was part of it anyway, but the reason why I get along with everybody from Alabama so well, especially your department, is because when I was deployed to Iraq as a contractor, one of the units that I actually was with was from Alabama, and so they gifted me this when I left. So
Oh wow.
it's a knife, but if you can see, it says TF War Club Operation Inherit Resolve,
I know.
and
Yeah,
the year that they were there in 2020 and 2021.
that's cool, dude.
So I carry this around, and it's still pretty sharp. And it was like everybody shows you like, oh my god, is that a Benchmade? I was like,
Yeah,
Benchmade.
it's a Benchmade.
And
Yeah.
it's pretty cool, because it's got the inscription on it. So you don't see those very often. It's one of a
Mm-mm.
kind, and
Mm-mm.
obviously the people that were there for that battalion, they probably have them if they ended up getting them. But this was gifted
Right.
to me, so
Yeah.
it was
Now that's
a cool little
cool,
gift.
dude. Yeah, that's real cool. But yeah, the tournament, November 2nd on Lake Gunnersville. It'll be a boat division, and we're adding a kayak division. So I'm
State
looking
commanders
forward.
are not allowed to participate.
That's right. I'm only there to take the trash out. Basically, I'll be taking all the trash bags and filling up the liners. We're very fortunate because it just so happens there's a veteran. It's a veteran-owned business actually in Goose Pond, Victory Sportsman, and it's him and his wife that own the tackle shop right there at this major boat ramp that all your
Mhm.
big tournaments take off from, and they're actually running pretty much running the whole show. I mean, but she does this for a living, so she's really
Right.
good at it. But we're real fortunate.
The question
that,
is though, after this tournament, is there going to be a fish fry?
Wow, no. Hopefully, all the fish get to go swim back in the lake, still
Oh,
alive.
what is the point in that?
Well, that I always make people feel really good when I say that way that children can go out and catch these fish, and you can see the smiles on their faces as well. See, you know.
There's tons of eggs with fish, so
But
they
I'll
will
tell you, I
respawn.
love a good fish fry. Matter of fact, I bought some fish today, so I'm gonna fry some fish tomorrow. So, and I'm fishing tomorrow morning, so I'm going out tomorrow morning. But I'll throw those fish back. I'm just trying to find those little suckers,
Yeah.
So, no, yeah, we're looking forward to a good first tournament. And November 2nd is a good time of year. The fish are feeding up, and they're getting ready for their winter months. But they're gorging themselves like I do every Saturday when I watch college football.
Is this your first annual?
It is the first annual,
First
dude.
annual, okay.
Yeah,
You heard it here,
yes.
folks. This is the first annual bass. Is it bass tournament or just
It
fishing
is.
tournament?
No, bass tournament.
Bass tournament for the
Mhm.
Department of Alabama, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be recurring every year. So
I hope so.
I expect whoever your senior vice, who is going to be the commander next year, is going to come back to
Mhm.
the show because the Department of Alabama is a friend of the shows. Anytime they want to come back, I will not let them unless you ask me.
That's right. That's right. That's right. No, we're hoping to, this year Lake Gunnersville, pretty popular bass fishing lake. A lot of people that fish around the country know Gunnersville, but there's a goal. It doesn't always have to be at Gunnersville. Lake Eufaula down south is also a large bass fishing lake, and someone had mentioned even, there's nothing wrong with going out and doing a little saltwater fishing like redfish and things like that. There's tournaments that could be had. So this is our first annual, but we're going to learn from this, and it could
Right.
expand to something else. So,
Right.
I'm hoping it does. Like we always say, whoever's after me, make it better, make it better. All we're doing is laying down the foundation. Let's get a bass fishing tournament started.
I
Because a
think
lot of
that's always
people
the case.
like
That's
you
always the
guys.
case that you want to improve on the year before, and make it bigger for the year before.
Yeah. And now I'm going to interview you, Caesar. I know that
Oh.
we're doing fishing, but tell us about your golf tournament.
Oh, my golf tournament.
Yeah,
So my
see?
golf tournament is coming together. You can actually find the information on VFW2772.org, and I'm actually expecting several teams from the Department of Alabama to come, and I need to know how many you guys are planning to bring because I need to reserve the hotel for that weekend. I am going to make this public announcement that I have a ringer. My buddy Rick, he's coming down from the great state of Oregon.
Doesn't count.
And
Doesn't count. Not from Texas.
it doesn't matter.
Oh,
he is a former contestant of. Did you ever watch remember the Golf Channel?
Yes.
So do you remember that show back in the early
Yes.
2000 called The Big Break?
Yes, and to break the glass and all that.
Yep.
Yeah.
He was a contestant in that. And he was my neighbor when I was in active duty in San Diego.
No way.
So our deal was he saw me. I was outside one morning or afternoon, whatever it was. I was out there just chipping, just kind of like taking, I had a wedge and just chipping away a little bit. And we had a little grassy area, so I was just chipping away. And he's like, he was walking back. He had just parked. He had just come back to his apartment, and our apartments were kind of like, I was over here, and he'd walk away over across from the pool. And he's like, "Oh, you play golf?" I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "I play. I'm not very good. I play." He's like, "You want to go play sometime?" I was like, "Sure, we can go play." He's like, "Okay." Well, he's like, "How long has it been since you played?" I was like, "Well, I try to play every day." I told him, I said, "For me, walking at that point, I was an E4." And there's two very famous military courses out there in San Diego. One's called Admiral Baker. The other one's called Sea and Air. Sea and Air is on Coronado Island, where they filmed the very last Maverick movie.
Uh-huh.
Part of it anyway. And there is that golf course that they have there. There's like several two or three holes that are actually right on the water, and some of the some of the hazards are actually the sand and the rocks that they have there. Dude, it's a beautiful course. Anyway, so I was like, yeah, we can go play, and actually, I'll pay for you. He's like, what do you mean you'll pay for him? I was like, yeah, I only pay like $5 for me to walk for
Mhm.
18 holes. He's like, are you serious? I was like, no, I'm serious. And we had when the way it worked is like we had every fourth day I had duty where I would have to be in the ship for 24 hours. Well, for those 24 hours, obviously I can leave, but um we had what we called Stennis hours. The USS John C. Stennis was the name of the ship. Well, the commanding officer there actually made these hours where we had core hours. Unless you had duty, you could leave at 12 o'clock. So we only worked from 6 to 12 every day, unless you had duty.
Right.
And if we were important, obviously when we were gone,
Right.
we would, everybody
Right.
were, because it's
All the
it's
time.
a
Yeah.
it's a carrier, so you would have flight operations. Anyway,
Mhm.
long story short is like, yeah, so someone's like, yeah, I'll go pay for you. He's like, for $5. He's all, you do that, I will give you lessons on the course. I was like, what do you mean lessons on the course? Like, I'm like, he's like, I'm a professional golfer. And at that time he was actually trying to get his amateur status back.
Uh-huh.
And so I think he did, because there was some, I don't remember what the issue was, but I think he wanted to go back to work and do this other stuff. He's like, because it's hard for a professional to actually even get sponsored. You have to be meet certain criteria, and I don't think he met it or whatnot, or
Mhm.
have to go back to work. So anyway, but yeah, so we would go almost every other day to go play. And dude, we got to play some awesome courses. The one thing I regret not going or not doing, we were both residents of San Diego, and if you're a resident of San Diego, you can actually go to La Jolla. La
Uh-huh.
Jolla, where they have the US Open and all that stuff.
Yes.
Um, I never took advantage of it, and I never went. And you only pay like $30, or
Oh
if
my
you're a
gosh.
resident of the
Yeah.
of San Diego. And that is the only regret I have, that I never went to play that course, and it would have been awesome, because you have Torrey Pines. La Jolla
Mhm.
Torrey Pines is what it is.
Right.
But anyway, he would go play, tell me, he's like, "Okay, he's like, I want you to do this, and just don't even think about it. This is how you hold the club, and you're gonna do it." So he taught me everything from etiquette, how to play golf, how to play faster, how to play slower, and how to read the greens, how to do all that stuff. And um, throughout my 20s, 30s, and 40s now, I haven't played that often, and I wish I was playing a lot more, and especially now that I want to kind of semi-retire,
Yeah.
even though
Yeah.
even though I can't. That's gonna be my go-to. But yeah, man, I'm excited. I haven't seen him in over 15 years, so he's gonna
That's
come down, and
cool.
we're gonna be, he's gonna be going, and I joke with it that he's gonna be my ringer. The guy is a great golfer, but I think we're gonna have a lot of fun with that. So
That's
that
awesome.
tournament's gonna be May 3rd of 2025. We do have a lot of spots open, and like I said, I do expect a couple of teams from your department to come up here and play with us.
Yeah.
I know we're gonna have a couple of teams from the Department of Texas come up, and obviously my post will have definitely people, and then we're lining up a lot of sponsors. Again, we talked about Jimmy earlier,
Yeah.
with Aspen Dental. They're going to be one of our sponsors
Awesome.
for a couple of holes, and I'm probably going to ask them to actually sponsor a couple of teams. I think
Mhm.
instead of a hole.
Mhm.
But knowing Jimmy, he'd probably be like, no, 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 I'll do both. So what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's going to be,
Amazing.
yeah, the guy's
Amazing.
amazing, and that's always that's really the only way that we're going to be able to make this golf tournament survive, is with sponsorships, and because people don't realize how much work it is.
Yeah.
And
A lot of work.
if you want to have because we're going to be feeding them, we're going to give them a t-shirt, or sorry, a polo shirt with embroidery and everything, and then we're also going to have breakfast and lunch,
Mhm.
and then we're going to give out the prizes and all that stuff. We're going to raffles and a bunch of other things that we're going to have. So it's going to be a pretty involved day. It's going to be on a Saturday, which a lot of people don't want to come on a Friday. And we decided to have it on a Saturday because it's just a little bit easier
Yeah, people are out of
to
work.
manage.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you know what I mean.
That's awesome, dude. I'm looking forward to it, and of course, the partnerships that we've all been seeing lately have been astounding. So, yeah, that's cool, dude. And basically,
Exactly.
and it sounds like you're a pro golfer. You're just trying to play it off. So,
I
I
wish.
see.
I
I've
wish.
heard people like you talk before, like, oh yeah, I'm just a-okay, and
Dude, I'm just
I
a
play
talker, man.
every
You should
day,
know
and
this by now. I'm just a talker. I'm not blowing any smoke over anybody's skirt or anything like that.
oh,
I am
that's
I am
funny.
decent. If I am hitting the ball well, I am decent.
Oh
I am
yeah,
I am I
that's a
am
true statement. If you're hitting the ball well, you're decent. That's a true statement.
I played golf this weekend and we went to a tournament this weekend and I think we hit it was a scramble.
Uh-huh.
I think we got like we were under 5 under, I think we came in.
Uh-huh.
I had like 3 or 4. I think I hit an eagle, and I think I hit 3 birdies
Oh,
or
that's
2 birders.
good.
So, but yeah,
Yeah.
my dude, it was just between 2 of us were carrying that team, and it was just like, man, it was bad. And the
Yeah,
team that
but it's still fun.
yeah, there
Oh,
was 3
so much
flights
fun.
actually, 3 flights of people that because you have your, like, super good golfers, and then you have, like, in the middle tier. We were
Yeah.
in the 3rd flight.
Uh-huh.
The winning score was, 9 under.
Oh,
So
wow.
we were kind of in the hunt, but not really.
Right. That
I also wanna question the integrity of the score.
yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, how many mulligans did you actually buy?
I'm
You know what I
telling
mean?
you.
Because you had, like, 4 mulligans for $25, I think, or
Yeah,
something like that.
yeah,
And if
yeah.
you buy, or $25, so if you buy $100 worth of mulligans, I mean, that's 4 mulligans per person.
You know, we've seen it. If everybody buys so many mulligans, heck, 18 under will win it. And you're like, 18 under? Like, how does that
The
happen?
winner of the first flight was, 19 under. Yeah.
Yeah. And then you
That's
get the
basically like
string, right? The
that is
string
a,
for the putt.
that is a, eagle and
Yeah.
birdies all the time.
And birdies. Yeah. 17 birdies and an eagle. I'll say that's probably a pretty good round.
Yeah, yeah. And the winners end up getting like, they got like, either points and they go to like a point system. So
Oh,
they'll go
wow.
into this website. They actually get they can get whatever merchandise they want, or they would get a personalized. I think they said they would get a personalized or fitted driver.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, they like spared no expense, man. It was pretty cool, and the
But
fact that
if you get 4 sticks on that, I mean, they could do it. If you get 4 sticks to play together, and I don't know how it works on these tournaments. I know sometimes you have like an A, B, C, D player. I've seen that before where it's
mhm,
bracketed by handicap, and you can only have one person that's from 0 to 8 or whatever it is. But
yeah,
if you get 4 scratch golfers together, yeah, I
yeah.
can see it. I can
Yeah,
see it.
that's why you wanna have, like, different flights, you know what I mean? But
That's
I
right.
I think for this year, we're gonna have, I think the maximum we put is 100 players.
Oh, okay.
So, we're gonna try to keep it, 100 players. I think that should be sufficient enough. And the clubhouse here that we're gonna have the tournament, it's not that big. It's not a, you know, where we live is not a big area, as far as,
Mhm.
the golfing community goes, but it's a local, it's a nice course, don't get me wrong. But I think they can definitely do some improvements on that, on the golf, on the, clubhouse. So
And I got to share this story about golf since we're just talking golf. I started golfing because my first duty station was in Texas, Abilene, Texas. That was my first base. And I used to love to hunt and fish. And I just couldn't afford it because, everybody owns land in Texas.
yeah.
And I was a young E2, and I couldn't afford no boat. So actually started golfing because I could be outside
Right.
and then started hitting the ball and trying to learn how to, well, I'm still trying to learn how to hit the ball, but that's how I started golfing, is just to be outside because yeah, I just love hunting and fishing so much. Yeah, I need to play more. Me and the wife used to play, but think we're just getting old.
Yeah, relatively
old.
Hey, we're gonna take another break. You guys are listening to the Military Broadcast Radio, and this is the Battle Rhythm Podcast. We are here with Eric Dudash, the current VFW commander for the Department of Alabama, and we're gonna come back again. And I think, you know what, I'm gonna play another Scotty Too Hottie song. So I'm gonna play another Scotty. Actually, no. We'll do that at the very last break. Where I want to play this one for you. You probably have heard this song, and this is actually a personal friend of mine. And he made a cover of this song, and it's actually a pretty cool song.
All right.
So stay tuned. We'll be back.
There's a bottle on the dresser by your ring. It's empty, so right now I don't feel a thing, and I'll be hurting when I wake up on the floor, but I'll be over it by noon. That's the difference between whiskey and you. Come tomorrow, I can walk in any store, it ain't no problem. They'll always sell me more. Your forgiveness, well, that's something I can't buy. Is there anything that I can do? That's the difference between whiskey and you. One's a devil, one keeps driving me insane. At times I wonder, they ain't both the same, and one's a liar, helps to hide me from my pain. One's a long gone bit of truth. That's the difference between whiskey and you.
I got a problem, but it ain't like what you think. I drink because I'm lonesome, and I'm lonesome cause I drink. If I don't break down, bring it on myself, it'll head out of the blue. That's the difference between whiskey and you.
One's a devil, one keeps driving me insane. At times I wonder if they ain't both the same. One's a liar, helps to hide me from my pain. One's a long gone bit of truth. That's the difference between whiskey and you. Oh, that's the difference between whiskey and
opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of any entities they represent.
Find us on the web at mbradio.us.
Welcome back to the Battle Rhythm Podcast on Military Broadcast Radio. That was Sean Franks with that song,
Whiskey and You.
Whiskey and You. What'd you think about that?
Dude, good remake. What is up with you guys, man?
I mean, we happen to have some good people
I
that
mean,
know how to play some music.
can I just put you on my playlist? Just play whatever they're playing.
So let me just thank you for the segue. We are actually on Roku TV, so we actually do have channels there. You can actually listen to all your favorite podcasts. There are other podcasts aside from mine that actually air out throughout the week. We have everything from Formula. There's a racing one, Formula One, I believe. There's others that specialize in money in the military, like financial stuff. There's others that think or that talk about let's see what's a good therapy, different resources for that. So
Right.
there's all kinds of things that we have you can do. Again, military broadcast radio is one of the it actually is the only radio station that actually gives us a voice for us what we do. So everybody has found their niche as far as what we're doing and what we what each of our show is. Mine started out in certain ways, and they like my content. They're like, yeah, we want to pick you up. I was like, okay, that's fine. We
That's
can do that.
cool.
We can do that. So that's kind of how I started. But Sean Franks is a good friend of mine. He has spent many a times on my couch because he was, I don't want to say homeless, but he
Right.
didn't want to go home.
Yeah.
And drank all my whiskey.
Yeah, that's right. He sang that song. You know what I thought cool about that too is while I was stationed in Texas, right? I got a kid that goes to the University of Texas. Poor girl. But anyway,
Smart girl.
but I still love her. I still love her. But there's that genre out there, Texas country, Red River country, Texas country, that is amazing out there. I got it on my Pandora, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just the Pat Greens and you got what I'm talking about, all the
Oh yeah.
cross
It's
Canadian
good.
ragweed, and I can go into a whole bunch of old school ones, but yeah, Jack Ingram. Oh
Oh
man,
yeah.
there's a whole bunch
There's
of
all
good
kinds of
ones.
stuff. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So you guys have your own genre out there.
I think Texas has a lot of different things that they can definitely do. That's for sure.
What's a
You know what I
country?
mean? So,
It's a country.
it is. It's its own republic, sir.
That's right.
Republic.
That's right.
Republic, not country. Republic. And and that it's the only state that has its own power grid.
I believe that. That is pretty cool.
No one else is able to actually claim that. So Texas has its own power grid. So
Hey.
because they were thinking ahead.
And you have Texas country.
That's right. And there's a lot of different good country artists that have come out of Texas.
Oh, hey,
You know.
absolutely. Absolutely.
Actually,
Absolutely.
my neighbor, I mean neighbor is like he's literally across from the Red River, and then also Lake Texoma that I'm here. Blake Shelton lives around here.
Oh, wow. Yeah, you
Yep.
got the big and he's married to who's that? Gwen Stefani,
Gwen
right?
Stefani
Yeah.
from No Doubt. So
Yeah.
don't speak.
And
Yeah.
that's California, right? Your
Yeah. Yep.
other area. Yeah.
She
So,
was okay. So Don't Speak came out my senior year in high
yeah.
school, and that it was funny because there was another band that actually called it. It's called not Safe Ferris. Real Big Fish.
Mhm.
Big ska band back in the day. He's like, yeah, this is our greatest hit. From the ska of summer of summer of '97. So it was ska music was pretty big like in the
Uh-huh.
'90s. It started out with a lot of people didn't realize that the Mighty Mighty Bosstones was were big during that
Yeah.
time, and then you had like Safe Ferris, and you also had obviously it became a little bit more mainstream with No Doubt. No Doubt was kind of a combination of both ska and punk rock.
Yeah.
And so people don't realize they're like, oh yeah, it's like punk rock kind of did start in Southern California. Uh, Let me take that back. Actually, really started with the Ramones back in New York.
Ramones.
Really went mainstream down in the Southern California because you had bands like obscure bands like Guttermouth, and you had like Pennywise and Bad Religion, Offspring, believe it or not, was a punk rock band that was there. Gosh, you could go on and on with with a bunch of these. There was another one. Voodoo Voodoo Glow Skulls were also uh, punk rock, slash ska. And I went to see all these guys like throughout high school. I went to University of California Riverside, UCR. Used to go out there. They had a punk rock show over there all the time, and here I am in 16, 17, in the mosh pit, boom,
Wow.
flying, dude. It was fun. It was
Wow. Well, it didn't Gwen Stefani, she was I guess I consider it punk, right? No doubt, maybe a little
yeah,
bit. I don't know,
yeah, yeah,
maybe,
yeah.
but
No, it was punk
and
rock. I mean,
then she went country. And Scotty Too Hottie that last week, didn't he start off as punk too?
yeah,
Didn't he
I
say
think
he
he did.
played
Yeah,
punk music and
yeah.
now he's singing Americana country? So
And he's from California too.
and he's
So
from
you know what I mean?
California. So hey, maybe that's the ticket. Learn how to play in California punk, and then
Yeah.
go sing country and be successful. Yeah, I don't
Exactly.
know. Maybe
It's like well, I
that's a
mean,
ticket.
well, she married. She remarried because she was actually Gwen Stefani was actually married to the guy from Bush.
Oh, the he wasn't a
Gavin.
drummer, was he?
No, he
No.
was the lead singer. Gavin something. I
Yeah,
can't remember his name.
yeah, yeah.
But yeah, she was married to him for a long time, and now they got divorced, and now she's married to Blake Shelton. It was like, oh, okay, so that's a complete 180.
I'm about to say that is probably that is a 180. That is what they what do we call a 180 last week? Hokey pokey.
Yeah, hokey
That's a
pokey. Yeah,
hokey pokey. Turn yourself
hokey pokey. That's
around.
right.
I
You
mean,
turned yourself
literally.
around.
Yeah,
We did.
yeah.
Yeah, good memory. I didn't. Yeah, that's a good pull, man. I didn't remember that.
Yeah, yeah, a little 180. Little 180.
It looks like we got some comments on our Facebook. I believe this is another one of our podcasts that actually comes out on MBR. It's Into the Weeds. Gavin Rosdale. So there, I was way off.
Yeah.
I was way off. And she's actually watching from Missouri. So
Cool.
she's from the Show Me State.
The Show Me State.
That's right. Show.
Yeah.
What is the slogan for the state of Alabama?
Sweet Home Alabama. That's
Or,
all I'm gonna
dude, come
say.
on! I heard that the whole thing the entire time I was there at the convention. Oh, sweet home! I was like,
That's right.
okay, we heard enough. Thank you.
Yeah, and we sing it. We sing Sweet Home Alabama. I mean, speaking of music, I mean, you got a group that's singing about Alabama. Leonard Skinner
Called Alabama. God, can you
Yeah,
be more
so
original than that?
that's right. A little Dixieland Delight and all that. The group
That's actually a good
Alabama.
song. That is
And,
actually a good song.
and Alabama is from right here where I live. So we put on a concert here called June Jam, and the country group Alabama sings, and they bring all these artists like Lee Greenwood, like we were just talking about. That's so Alabama is here, so we get to hear all these songs locally.
Yeah.
And they're a part of the community, help the community. And amazing guys, absolutely amazing guys that are just. If you didn't know, you'd walk right by them. They're just that kind
Right.
of people. I got to give them a plug. They've been around forever, and I still listen to their songs.
They're good, really good songs, man. I mean,
Yeah, they do. Yeah,
it's cool. But hey, I
And-
wanted to share something with you.
yeah.
This Friday, a friend of mine, actually, she was. I told her, and you'll see what I tell her in the clip I'm about to show. She called me on Thursday, says, "Hey, I need your help." I was like, odd. Okay, I haven't heard from you in a long time, but okay, let's see how it goes. She said, "Can you come in tomorrow to the studio?" I was like, "Tomorrow at what time?" She's the news anchor for K10 here in Sherman, Denison area. She's the morning anchor, and she's like, "Hey, the person I actually had for my segment of the first responder, Friday, backed out. I don't have anybody." I said, She's like, "I need you to come." I was like, "Okay, what are we going to talk about?" She's like, "Well, what can you talk about?" I was like, "I could talk about peanuts and sell it to you, basically." And then she's like, "Okay." She's like, "Well, we could talk about, what did you do this whole time?" I was like, "Well, I did this and I did that, and there's another thing that I got involved with. I don't. did you know I'm actually Hispanic?
I did not, but I do now.
Okay, well, yeah. So I somehow got roped in. No, I'm just kidding. I
Yeah.
actually got involved with a community group here. It's called the Hispanic Heritage Community. It is basically we're putting on a festival in a couple of weeks on September 14th. It's going to be we're going to have a mariachi. We're going to have a band called Los Morros, which is another Southern California band, but they actually play cumbia, like Selena, like the Tex-Mex stuff, that type of stuff. So they're going to be here, but we're also going to have like a car show, like a lowrider car show. The cars, the bounce, and everything. So they're pretty big. Obviously, food. It's anywhere you go with Hispanics, we're going to have food, right?
My favorite.
So we're gonna have a ton of stuff. So she wanted me to come on their show. I was like, okay, well, I'll come. I'll scratch your back and help me out for this. And so she had me on, and I'm gonna play you the little video that she actually, the interview that she made, and I want your opinion on how fat I look. So
okay.
All right, so I'm gonna play it for you real quick, and I want
face
you
for
to
radio.
be
Face for
that's
radio.
face for radio. Yeah, it was great. So here we go.
All right.
Oh no! Hang on.
What a treat this morning to have our friend Caesar Science in
All right.
studio, sir.
Technical difficulties. Hold on. Let's play it again. And we go back. And we're back. I apologize. I had it all set up, and then all of a sudden didn't want to play. So
that's all good.
That was super my fault.
Yeah, but you let it up really, really well.
Oh well, see?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got a face for radio, dude.
I do. This is why I'm like, I'm kind of mad at Grizz, because he's usually in the background trying to, do this, and I was like, oh, that's cool. No, that's
he's
not
probably
the one.
out fishing. Grizz is probably out fishing.
No, he's in the back listening to you.
Oh, okay.
I think he's back and forth because he's watching. Sorry, he's cooking dinner.
Got you.
So he said he's like, I'll be back. I'll be in and out doing dinner. I was like, okay, that's fine. And man, I can't believe I didn't have it. Like, I had it all together, and now it's just not playing. And I'm a little bit mad about that.
Oh, it's all good. You probably got about 3 or 4 computer monitors in front of you, and
believe it or not, I only got one.
Only one, man.
Yeah.
You're a high tech guy. I'm surprised you don't have one of those dual 3 monitors, 4 monitors, all that stuff.
No, I at work I have 3 monitors.
Yeah.
And here I only have one. Because I have a Mac, so everything is there with
I got you.
with everything. So, but for my usually for like my setup, like over here on the right hand side, I have 2 screens for work. Because when I do work from home, I'll just log into that. So it's kind of cool.
That's
You know
cool.
what I mean?
Technology.
Yeah, man.
Technology.
So, all right, let's see. I gotta make sure all my settings are correct, because I want to make sure that they're coming up, and I don't understand why it's not playing through. And that's the settings look good. And why is it not coming through though? Oh, there it is. That's why. Sorry, man. I'm over here struggling with all this stuff. It shouldn't even be that way. You know what I mean? Huh?
I can only laugh because I'm not having to do it. You're doing it.
Oh, it was coming through my speaker. Why is it coming through the speaker? Gosh. Sorry. I'm frustrated now. I'm not gonna play it now.
That's all good. It's all good. I believe you. Having met you multiple times, yeah, you got a face for radio, so it's all good.
Yeah, well,
Me too.
Takes one to know one.
Yeah, exactly right. Me too. I can't say too much at all.
Exactly. So yeah, it'd be one of those like.
Hey, I was born this way. You can't fault it. I was just born this way. Face for radio.
It is. But hey, Grizz, can you hear me? Yeah. I know that Eric wanted to, I know you wanted to talk to him about fishing.
Yeah.
So this is your opportunity now to do that.
Where's Grizz? Yeah, there he is.
Fishing.
Huh?
What do you want to know about fishing?
No, you wanted to talk to him last week about fishing because remember he's a professional fisherman.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
you're the bass fisherman.
Yeah. What
Oh,
are you doing? You're the
that's where he's
salmon
going fishing
fisherman.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's going fishing tomorrow. He's going kayaking.
That's right. Going
I'm
tomorrow morning.
definitely not going kayaking. I'm just going to the river for salmon.
Salmon. Oh man. Good eats.
Salmon.
Good eats.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh man, I'm jealous.
Since Caesar there, the coho, the silver salmon I got last week that I cooked, I blackened it on the Blackstone just to tease him.
Now I got a question for you. So just the other day, me and my wife were watching some show. I can't remember what it was. And we saw all these salmon, but they were turning colors. They were turning red. And I was trying to explain, does it happen like post spawn or they're getting ready to spawn and they change the color?
They generally will hold their fat content until they spawn. And then in reality, once they hit fresh water, they start to spawn out. And a lot of the bigger ones will keep their color until they spawn, and then they just hang out in the river until they die.
Right. These ones were bright red. I mean, like super bright red.
Those are coho.
Coho? Okay.
Silver salmon. They turn into, we call them fire trucks. They're awesome to catch when they're turned to that bright of red. They're so cool to catch.
Oh, man.
Would I keep one? No. But they look really cool.
Yeah. So they're better eaten when they're silver, I guess.
Yeah, when they're chrome. Yeah, they're way better to eat because when they start to turn like that, all their fat content in the meat's gone. That's
wow.
They're dying. Is what.
So your freezer's probably basically stocked with more fish than.
Not yet. I still got about 4 months left of this season.
Okay.
And I haven't had a great start. It's been a hard one for me. I've only landed 3 fish that I was able to take home this year.
Wow.
I've probably hooked over 40, but fighting them, I didn't land them, so they got away.
You fish off the bank or boat or
both? However I can get to fish, I'll fish. Whether it's on the boat or I'm standing on the bank, and we call it drift fishing. Or we'll be out floating a bobber for steelhead and salmon in some spots. Nice and low. We'll put it's a bobber for river. It's a slide bobber, and you put a bobber stop on it. And you can adjust your depth in the water.
Mm-hmm.
And man, that bobber goes down. As if your depth's right, that bobber goes down. It's a fish.
Oh man, I'm getting excited. My boat's ready to go tomorrow morning. See?
Oh, nice. My buddy out here, he's a big bass fisherman, and he's starting to teach me, or he's showing me how, but I really don't understand or get the point of going out fishing for fish that you're just going to pick up and throw back in the water.
Yeah. There's a lot of truth to that. Yeah, it's just there's a lot of truth to it. But some fish I do keep, like but I do on the crappie side, like if I'm fishing for crappie.
Ooh, I love crappie fishing.
Yeah. Good eating.
So good.
And surprisingly enough, we have sauger down here, which I always call walleye, but little walleyes.
Walleye is by far my most favorite lake fish.
And I love eating them.
They're so good.
I know, right?
They're scary looking fish that got big teeth, and then their gills can cut you and all sorts of stuff. But it's so good.
I caught one here in Alabama, and I went to go grab it like I was a bass, and I had to remind myself that, wait a second, this thing's got teeth.
Yeah. I caught one 2 years ago now, 3 years ago, something like that. I'm not kidding you. It was about 36 inches.
Oh, wow.
It was huge. we cleaned it, and it had 14 crappie in its stomach that still have not dissolved, and the crappie were about 2 to 3 inches big.
Good night. That's crazy, dude. That's crazy. Yeah, but no, I love it, and you sound like you're the same way. It's pure therapy to go out there and just tight line something. You know what I mean? Just tight line.
Big time.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to
my big seasons from August to February, and that's my big fishing time when I try to fish as much as humanly possible.
Yeah,
get as much salmon as I can to put in my freezer.
Yeah, you probably load up, dude. I'm jealous. I looked at a little slab of salmon today. I bought some fish actually to me and the wife to cook up, and I seen a little slab of smoked salmon, and I can't tell you how much it cost, but it was more than what I thought I should pay for a little slab of smoked salmon. You know?
Yeah, I won't buy. I can't buy fish.
Yeah.
It doesn't taste right. There's something about buying fish, except for unless it's like cod or halibut.
Right. Yeah. It's just some tilapia I think I bought. Yeah, but gonna fry it up, you know. Now that we're talking fishing, and now I'm talking frying it up. Did you guys know this? So maybe you do because you cook a lot of fish. So I found this Korean fish fry recipe, right? You know, in the South, we're real good at dry batter. Then you put it in egg wash, and then you put it in dry batter again, right? And then you fry it. Well, over there, what they do is they just dry batter, then they egg wash it, and then they fry it. They don't put the dry batter back on the outside. So you put it on a Blackstone, it turns pure crispy, and it's absolutely amazing. So look at there. This is also a cooking show.
That's right. Yeah, we have really turned a 180. We just did the hokey pokey and everything.
Hokey pokey.
I'm telling you. So, by the way, you're getting a preview of tomorrow's show. We call it 280 Mike.
Pretty much.
And we don't have the jester with us, but you know, at least
he'll be there tomorrow. He enjoys that show.
He does. We make so much fun of Joel. Like he gets so mad at us, but he's like, guys, leave me alone. It's like, why do you keep coming back for more? I don't understand why you do that.
He likes the show. I mean, in reality, it's a show about nothing. We just get on there and PS, and it's awesome. And I've honestly, I have seen more views and watchers on that show than either one of our personal shows.
Yeah,
it's
just crazy.
It's insane that people just want to listen to us be stupid.
Well, it's just not one idiot; it's two idiots.
Exactly. And then there's a third that.
And then, we don't judge him, so we just call him a jester. Because we don't want to label him. So, oh man! But hey, we got a comment over here. Let's see what's up. Oh man, she said, "I'm allergic to fish, but I love catching them." Well, you know, a lot of people don't actually like to eat them for whatever reason. So
I love eating fish.
Yeah.
You got to get that fishy. You got to get that fishy taste from them. So, like salmon, I'll descale them at the river. I'll just take my knife and turn it over and scrape all the scales off. That gets rid of that real bad fishy smell, and then I'll actually skin the fish, and then that gets rid of the fishy taste.
Oh, so fishy.
I love it. But if you're allergic to them, I wouldn't eat them either. Yeah.
That reminds me of what was it? Deuce Bigelow. He's like, fishy. He's like, don't do it to the fish.
Hey, I say that every time we're fishing. When they stop biting, it's like, come on, here, fishy.
That's right.
Eat the bait.
Yeah, I think I got a T-shirt that says "Here, fishy" or something like that on it.
Caesar can share you can share my Facebook with him if you want, and you can see the videos. I post videos of us fishing. I make videos too.
Not him and I.
I'm trying to get you know, whether it be Facebook or YouTube, but I do have some. I'll take some video tomorrow on some lures that I'm going to use tomorrow, and real fortunate to have some lure companies help me out. So there's a new one that's out that I'm trying. So,
hey, you say you were pretty big on history, right?
Some of it.
Okay. Well, I have a treat for you. We're going to go on our last break, but I want to play this. This is going to actually play through here. So I will actually let you go and watch this real quick because it's actually
that what I just put in the private chat. That's my fishing YouTube channel.
I got it. I'm going to. That's an easy one to remember. That's cool.
Yeah,
it is not. I'm not going to remember that.
It is. You'll find it. It's got a unicorn. The picture's a unicorn with fish on it. With fish.
Oh, that's cool.
So I'm going to play you a little bit. That's going to happen. This is actually it's living history, and this man is part of my post. So you're listening to the Battle Rhythm Podcast. I'm here with the VFW State Commander for the Department of Alabama, Eric Dudash, and obviously Big Grizz is back there as well. So we'll be back in a few minutes, and we're going to come back and do two of our segments. One is called Rapid Fire Questions, and the other one is going to be Whiskey Tango Foxtrot. So stay tuned for those.
As he approaches his 96th birthday, Jim Hahn still remembers intimate details about his time serving as a Marine in World War II, the Korean War, and the Vietnam War, and he also remembers how it all started.
Mother wasn't going to sign. I told her, I said, if you don't sign this, I'll lie about my age. And she signed.
He was inspired to enlist when walking down the street at 16 years old. He tells K10 he saw some people messing with a Marine and his girlfriend.
They was doing anything they could try to make him mad. He told his girlfriend there to go down and wait for him at the red light at the end of the street there. He turned around and whipped all four of those guys.
A year later, he was off to San Diego for basic training. Hahn joined the occupation force in both China and Japan during World War II, which marks the only time in the history of Japan that it has been occupied by a foreign power. A bitter time these days, though, Gunnery Sergeant Hahn holds tight to the sweeter moments.
It's going into Japan, there, into town. I seen all these little kids running around there, and they looked like they was hungry and everything else. So I started in getting candy from our PX and taking it in there and giving it to the little kids. It got to where whenever I'd come inside the city limits, man, here come all these kids.
What he didn't realize at the time, candy would one day become his lifeline. In November of 1950, just a few months after the Korean War began, 8,000 fighters, mostly Marines, were trapped in the Chonjin Reservoir, surrounded by 120,000 Chinese soldiers. And you guessed it, Sergeant Hahn was one of those Marines.
If somebody told me this, I'd have thought of him as being a liar, because I did not think that it would get 90 degrees below zero. I seen guys just walking along, and all of a sudden I could stop walking, and they just did. They'd freeze to death while they was walking.
Freezing, barely hanging on to life. The Marines called for ammunition using their code word, Tootsie Roll.
I never will forget that. They got on the radio there and talking to them, said, send us some Tootsie Rolls. And they was talking about ammunition, a certain type of ammunition.
Well, the soldier on the other end of that radio took the message literally, and they dropped into the reservoir Tootsie Rolls.
Here's just 3 planes there coming out with these parachutes coming down there with Tootsie Rolls. It's supposed to be ammunition, but it's Tootsie Rolls. But if it hadn't been for them, a lot of us, including me, would probably starve to death.
Those little chocolate candies were the fuel that sustained the troops. All other provisions were frozen, so they survived on the chocolate.
It seemed impossible that they was there for any other reason than to save my life. I thank God many times for the fact that I lived through all of it. Didn't lose any arms or legs or anything that way. I sat in this foxhole, and people all around me freezing. And some reason or other I didn't.
He says all he thought about was his next breath and how he would use it.
I don't know, I still think about it sometimes. I know that God saved me from it. Try to thank God 3 or 4 or 5 times a day about that.
Decades later, Sergeant Hahn literally holds on to that memory with a bucket of Tootsie Rolls made specifically for him with American flags after the company heard his story. Those Marines that made it out are now revered as the heroes of the Frozen Chosen. But this one calls Texoma home, and he chooses to spend his time right here in the Sherman VFW.
I feel like they're brothers. This, to me, is part of the military.
As this veteran reflects on a life of service most would never know, Han would do every second of it again. The few, the proud, the Marines.
It was such an honor to be able to sit down with Jim, and I just want to say right here on the record, thank you for your service. Not only a World War II veteran, a 3-war veteran. He decided to just keep going back. I know.
And you know, I had heard that, I knew that there was something involving Tootsie Rolls, but that was the first time I actually heard that full story, and that is so incredible.
And he's just walking around Texoma.
Oh, how cool.
Amazing, I know it.
Opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of any entities they represent.
Find us on the web at mbradio.us.
All right, welcome back, and we're going to go right into this.
Rapid fire questions of the week, sponsored by James Oreskog, giving veterans a voice.
Find us on the web at mbradio.us.
Yeah. We're back. We're going to go into the rapid fire questions.
Hey.
So this is the time of the show that I ask you questions. It doesn't matter what your answer is going to be. It's either going to be a quick think fast, or I don't need an explanation. It's a yes or no, or be like, you know what I mean, just dumb things. But first of all, what did you think about that story?
True warrior. When we say we stand on the shoulders of giants, that's the giants that we're talking about.
Yeah. The guy is a living legend.
God.
To be as a Marine, a 3-war veteran.
That's crazy.
World War II, Vietnam, and Korea. You know what I mean?
Warrior, dude. Warrior.
As a Marine, you know,
warrior.
It's crazy to me every time. So,
Yeah.
But all right. So here we go. Rapid fire questions.
I'll do my best.
I'm gonna put you on the spot.
Do my best.
Remember, you already owe me one, sir.
I do. I owe you now. I owe you 2. Jeez.
No. Oh yeah. Yeah. Hey, all your people back there where they watch this, your adjutant and everybody's like, oh yeah, you're gonna get him. He's never gonna carry it anyway.
Yeah.
So he's fine.
Yeah.
All right. What is your favorite military movie?
Oh wow. Jeez. There's too many of them, but
if you say Private Benjamin, I'm gonna punch you next time I see you.
No. I'm not gonna say Private Benjamin. What? Yeah, I like American Sniper. That's a good one.
Okay. What is your favorite military comedy movie?
Oh man, Stripes, dude. You can't say anything but Stripes. Come on.
Yes. Mine, even though this might not be a comedy for some people, one of the funniest ones that I think it's funny is Gunny Highway. Heartbreak Ridge.
Heartbreak Ridge. Yeah, what shirt's he gonna wear? But how can you get that over Boom Chakalaka?
I just think it's hilarious every time. He's like, it was so like outdone. He's like, hey Lieutenant, are you gonna join us for the run? No, Gunny, I have a dental appointment. All right, sir.
Was it Sneed? What was the big guy's name? Sneed. Anyway, we're
Sweet.
getting off topic.
Sweet.
Yeah, sweet. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. What was your favorite duty station?
Oh wow. I'd say Herbert Field, Florida.
What is the farthest you ever went from home?
Oh man. Yeah, I would definitely say the Middle East, Africa, the normal, Iraq, Afghanistan.
Okay. Africa, where in Africa? Djibouti?
Yes, outside of Djibouti. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. I read your bio.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Yep.
Yeah.
Djibouti was fun.
Yeah, that's right.
Camp Lemonnier.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah.
Wait, did you ever go to the Chiefs Mess over there?
Yeah.
I have a coin from the Chiefs Mess.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that was cool. All right.
Yeah.
We're getting off topic on that one.
Yeah.
All right. What was your favorite rank?
My favorite rank, I would probably say E4.
Oh, you were a shammer, like E4 Mafia.
That's
Okay.
right. That's right. Yeah. Yeah.
The only reason I got promoted because they were about to move me out.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah. but they all had something. They all had something good and bad.
Yeah. Well, yeah, exactly. During your time as a chief
Yeah.
or a shirt,
Yeah. Oh, sure. Yeah.
which did you? For those of you that don't know what a shirt is a E8. For us Army types is the first sergeant,
Yep.
and for
We call them
senior
senior
chief
master
for the Navy.
sergeants. Yeah, we call them senior master sergeants as a E8, and then first shirt is something that you can choose. Probably like the Army, you split off anyhow. You can go shirt path, or you can go another way. But yeah, that was the senior master sergeant.
So, which one do you like better, the E8 or the E9?
Wow. Yeah, both were good. Of course, E9, you get to help so many, so I'm gonna say E9.
You're such a politician right now.
It's the truth, dude. You get to, I know it sounds that way, but it is true. But I enjoyed being an E8 because you are a little closer. You're in the middle between an E7 and an E9. So,
You're like,
it's
I have a buffer.
it's kind of like it being an E4. You're not really an E3, and you're not really an NCO yet. So you're like right in between. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like you're not a corporal. Nope, corporal.
Nope.
No, don't do this.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
all right. Well, we're running low on time here. We got about 3
Okay.
minutes left.
Okay.
And so, one last question.
Yeah.
For this, do I have your commitment to get at least 2 teams for the golf tournament?
You do.
Okay.
That put it on record.
Grizz, can you? I'm gonna get that. Otherwise, you're gonna have to get a losing tattoo if you don't come through.
Oh man, I need another tattoo.
Oh, God, well, I know a guy. I just got
Yeah.
my stuff done. I don't know if you remember, but all I had was the outline here, and
Yeah.
I actually got it done Friday. He actually filled it in, so
Oh,
I'm
that's
still a little
cool.
sore a bit, but it's cool.
Yeah.
Play
One day I'll
golf with
get
it
another
too.
one. Yeah.
So it was good stuff. It was good stuff. So,
Cool.
but Grizz, you don't need any more. Your body's a wonderland.
I
Okay.
only got one. I need to get another one. I told my wife I was gonna get some more, but I haven't.
Well, it better be her name.
Yeah. Oh yeah, her name. That's what I'll get. Or
Yeah.
I love mom. One of the
Well,
other.
okay. So first of all, you got to get her name because then you can't forget it if you start getting Alzheimer's.
Yeah.
All right, it'd be
That's
like,
true.
oh, it's there. See, that's
Yeah.
yeah.
That's a good idea. I'll
Exactly.
tell Barb. I'll tell my wife Barb. But that's why I
Yeah.
got your name on my
That's
forearm.
right. And you might want to put the date of your anniversary underneath it too.
Two idiots on a mic told me the name and anniversary nowadays.
That's right. That's right. So, but anyway, Eric, it was a pleasure having you on the show today. I want to thank you so much for coming on and being there. Last week it was just fun to actually be on the Two Idiots in a Mic. But tomorrow, you can tune in definitely for sure on MBR, and we will be there with Two Idiots in a Mic. It'll be coming live to you on MBR, Roku TV, and Amazon Fire Stick through the MBR channel and also through the MBR app.
Man,
So just so you
I
know.
appreciate y'all and you having me, Caesar, and it's a small world. I'm glad we met, man.
Yeah, man, you're one of my favorite commanders right now, and I really do appreciate your hospitality when I went over there. I told this story last week when you guys gave me a full gallon of Alabama Slammer, and I tell you what, it didn't go to waste because I took it back to the Texas hospitality room and everybody was having it, so it was good. It didn't go to waste at all, so it was good.
That's good. That's good, brother.
Hey man, so tell everyone at your command, your battle line to that I said hi, And like I
Absolutely.
said, you are your department, and anyone in your department is a friend of the show. You guys can come on to the show anytime you want. But I really do appreciate you taking the time, and tell your wife thank you for letting you stay on. And I'm pretty sure Phantom has got to go outside now.
Yeah, that's
So-
right. That's right. Well, I appreciate it, brother, again, and you'll be hearing from me often.
Oh yeah, for sure, dude. And I got your number, so I know you're going to be hearing from me.
That's right.
So- All right, dude. Well, thank you guys for listening to the Battle Rhythm Podcast. I will see you guys next week. And tomorrow, please tune in with Two Idiots and a Mic at 6:00 Eastern. You'll see it on the MBR apps and also on the MBR Facebook. So we'll see you guys later. Thanks for tuning in.
It's 6:00 your time, 7:00 Eastern.
That's what I said.
No, you didn't. It's 6:00
and
Eastern.
3:00 and 2:00 your 5:00 your time.
That's not what you said. And if you guys want to see how this show goes, this is how it goes. You said 6:00 Eastern. I'm gonna be just now getting off the river at 3. I ain't gonna be there for that first hour. If you want to do it yourself, you're good.
Well, actually, no, it's 6:00 my time.
Yeah,
so it'll be 7:00. So 7:00 Eastern. I hate all these time zones. God dang it. If you're watching in Afghanistan, it's 12 and a half hours ahead.
It's tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow.
It'll be tomorrow. So yeah, well, we'll see you guys tomorrow at 2 Idiots and a Mic. There's the 2 Idiots, and that's our invited jester. So we'll see you guys. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you guys soon.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to Military Broadcast Radio. As we wrap up today's show, we want to remind you that the podcast of today's episode will be available right after we go off the air. So if you missed any part of the show or want to listen again, be sure to check it out. And remember, we're here to support and honor our veterans. Your stories and experiences matter, and we are committed to giving you a platform to share them. That's right. We're here to give our veterans a voice. So don't forget to catch the podcast and